felt like like my shot felt right there. That's why like it's so frustrating as a shooter, like when it feels so good, but it won't go down for you. That's what sucks about it, but like I said, I'm proud of our team.
With no whistle. Now there's nothing Indiana.
Caitlin, could you tell us a little bit about your eye, the hit, if it affected you, how it affected you, and through the rest of the game? Thanks.
WNBA fans are losing their minds right now. They're all over social media saying DiJonai Carrington lied about poking Caitlin Clark in the eye. But wait, there's more to this story than you might think. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Picture this. It's a high-stakes playoff game. The crowd's roaring, tensions are through the roof, and every move counts. That's when it happened. The eye poke that's got everyone talking. But here's the thing. This isn't just about a poke. It's tearing the WNBA fan base apart. You know what's crazy? This whole mess could seriously mess with both players' reps. Carrington's getting heat from fans who think she's not being honest, while Clark's in the middle of a storm she didn't ask for. But let me tell you, there's way more going on here than meets the eye, pun totally intended. This eye poke drama, it's just the tip of the iceberg. It's bringing up some big questions about the WNBA and how fans react to stuff like this. Trust me, you're gonna want to stick around for this one. Now let's rewind and break down what actually happened on that court. Because between what the cameras caught and what the players say, there's a gap that's got fans losing their minds. Picture this. It's a playoff game. The stakes are sky high and everyone's on edge. Less than 2 minutes in, and bam! Caitlin Clark's down, clutching her face. The crowd goes wild, but here's the twist. No foul called. What gives? Let's get into the nitty-gritty. DiJonai Carrington's hand connects with Clark's face, and suddenly, we've got a controversy on our hands. But hold up, Carrington's not backing down. She's saying, I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. I was trying to make a play on the ball. That's her story, and she's sticking to it. But fans, they're not buying it. Comments are flying left and right, like if it wasn't intentional, then why didn't DJ Carrington help CC? Obviously, she was in pain. Ouch. The court of public opinion is in session, and it's not looking good for Carrington. Now, here's where it gets wild.
With no whistle. Now there's nothing Indiana.
You know, we didn't shoot the ball like we're capable of, but even that to the side, like we're capable of winning this game without making shots. Our defense could have been a little bit better.
Caitlin Clark, the one who took the hit, she's not even mad. After the game, she said, obviously she got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me. It didn't feel good when it happened, but I don't think it affected me. Wait, what? The player who got poked is shrugging it off while fans are up in arms? That's some next level drama. This whole situation is like a basketball Rorschach test. You've got the same video, the same incident, but everyone's seeing something different. It's not just about a poke anymore, it's about intent, sportsmanship, and how we interpret split-second actions in high-pressure games. Think about it. In the heat of the moment, with adrenaline pumping and the crowd roaring, can we really judge a player's intentions? Or are we seeing what we want to see? It's like trying to solve a puzzle with half the pieces missing. And here's the kicker. This isn't just about Carrington and Clark anymore. It's blown up into this huge debate about player conduct, fan reactions, and how we handle these sticky situations in women's basketball. It's got people questioning everything from referee calls to player integrity. Just when you thought things couldn't get any more heated, the internet exploded. Suddenly, everyone from armchair analysts to sports celebrities had an opinion. But here's the real question. How did this incident expose the deep-rooted issues in women's basketball? The moment that video hit social media, it was like throwing gasoline on a fire. Fans were quick to pick sides, and before you knew it, hashtags like IPokeGate and Carrington vs. Clark were trending everywhere. It was wild to see how fast people jumped to conclusions without knowing the full story. And then, out of nowhere, Jason Whitlock drops a bomb. He's calling for Carrington's suspension, saying she stabbed Clark with her fingernail. But that's not all. He's going after the WNBA too, criticizing them for not having rules about nail length. Can you believe it? A whole debate about fingernails in professional basketball. But here's where things get really messy. Some media outlets started running headlines that made it sound like Carrington poked Clark on purpose. Talk about adding fuel to the fire. This got a lot of people in the sports world upset, and they started calling out these outlets for trying to create drama where there might not be any.
I felt like my shot felt right there. That's why it's so frustrating as a shooter, when it feels so good, but it won't go down for you. That's what sucks about it, but like I said, I'm proud of our team. We were down 8 or something, maybe 11 going into the fourth. We had our chances. I felt like I said, we didn't play well. We didn't play to the level that we're capable of playing.
As if that wasn't enough, DiJonai Carrington decided to tweet about Caitlin Clark not speaking out against being weaponized in racial debates. Bad timing? You bet. Fans were not happy, and they let Carrington know it. It's like she opened up a whole new can of worms that nobody saw coming. This whole situation is bringing up some serious questions about the WNBA. It's not just about an eye poke anymore. We're talking race, how players are treated, and whether the media is being responsible with how they tell these stories. It's like this one incident pulled back the curtain on all these underlying tensions nobody was talking about before. Caitlin Clark, caught in the middle of all this, finally spoke up. She said she's disappointed that people are using her name to push agendas about racism and misogyny. People should not be using my name to push those agendas, she said. It's crazy to think how one split-second moment on the court turned into this huge debate about so much more than just basketball. Think the eye poke drama is just about 2 players? Think again. This whole mess exposed some serious cracks in the WNBA's foundation, and now the league's facing questions it can't ignore anymore. Let's talk about how one split-second moment on the court is shaking up the entire WNBA.
Caitlin, could you tell us a little bit about your eye, the hit, if it affected you, how it affected you, and through the rest of the game? Thanks.
Overall, Coach said in the locker room, we were down 3 the first quarter, down 5 second quarter, and then lost by 3 in the third. We were right there, and I felt like we just played a crappy game.
This isn't just about Carrington and Clark anymore. It's about the future of women's basketball. First up, player safety. Can you believe the WNBA doesn't have rules about nail length? That's crazy. After this eye poke incident, everyone's asking why. It's like finding out your favorite restaurant doesn't have health inspections. Now the league might have to step up and make some changes. We could be seeing new regulations coming in hot, all because of one wild play. But here's where it gets even crazier. This whole drama is putting Carrington and Clark under a microscope. Every move they make, every word they say, it's all being watched. Their careers and public images, they're on the line. One wrong step, and boom, they could be facing some serious backlash. It's like they're playing a whole different game now, both on and off the court. And don't even get me started on the fans. They're not just watching the game anymore. They're part of it. Social media is blowing up with people taking sides, arguing, and some even making threats. It's intense. But here's the thing. All this energy could be used for something better. Imagine if fans came together to make the sport better instead of tearing each other apart. That's the real game changer right there. So what's next for the WNBA? They can't just sit back and watch this all go down. They need to step up and fast. We're talking clearer rules, better ways to handle conflicts, and maybe even some programs to bring fans and players closer together. It's like the league's got a chance to level up, all because of one eye poke. But you know what's really wild? This whole situation is forcing everyone to take a hard look at how we treat women's sports. It's not just about basketball anymore, it's about respect, fairness, and giving these athletes the support they deserve. The WNBA's got a chance to set a new standard here, not just for basketball, but for all women's sports. Alright, let's talk about how this eye poke drama could change everything for women's basketball. It's not just about Carrington and Clark anymore, it's about the whole WNBA stepping up its game. This incident is like a wake-up call for the league. It's bringing up big questions about player safety, how fans react, and even how the media covers women's sports. The WNBA can't ignore this stuff anymore. They've got to make some changes, and fast. But here's the real kicker. It's not just about new rules or better refs. It's about how we all treat women's basketball. Fans, players, league officials, we've all got a part to play in making this sport better. So what do you think? How can we make women's basketball fairer, safer, and more exciting for everyone? Your ideas could be the game changer the WNBA needs right now.